give a brief overview of where we are in the BICP. I'm not going to go into the mechanics or the methodology behind it because I've done that in a couple of presentations, so it's just to talk exactly what we've done recently and what's going on moving forward. So, where we are now at this time is that we're working on the local Irish BIM study. And what this aims to do is produce a detailed overview of BIM at private, public and HEI levels. We've been working on this now since June, consultations with the public sector, consultations with the HEIs, and we've been working tirelessly to try and gather as much data, which we've in turn fed into the MBC, which we're hoping will help influence or aid with their private sector roadmap. So one of the key things that we're after doing is we are after working, myself, Alan and Suzanne, tirelessly trying to pull together and create visibility to the BIM managers that are around the country. So we went through all the CETA database, the workshops, we went through LinkedIn, we went through different profiles. And what we put together was about 120 different BIM managers working at a senior level in this space throughout maybe 90 or 100 different companies. So the link is up there, all the BIM managers to view, so please click on it. If you're not up there, brilliant, contact me, I'll put you up there immediately and I'll ask you to complete the survey. The reason why we did this is because we wanted to ask 5 simple questions to all the BIM managers out there. And that's what I want to go through today. So what we have is a response today of 47 different BIM managers. I do be a little bit skeptical of surveys, but we try to keep this as tight as possible and just aim it at BIM managers or VDC managers or project information managers. One of the things that we actually got out was just quite a lot of names covering the same kind of area. So I'm just going to go through some of the key findings. So the first question we asked was, what BIM tools and processes are you using in current jobs? And what we want to do for this question was find out, well, is BIM being used in Ireland? Where is it being used? And to what level? So these are some of the projects we found out. So you can see that there's a lot going on there that in some description, according to the BIM manager that filled out the survey, are doing processes or applying big technology to some resource. One of the ones I found out was quite interesting, student accommodation seems to be right at this moment in time. And we also had a number of people filling out client confidentiality statements in terms of it's happening an awful lot in the pharmaceutical and the food sector as well. So I suppose just taking this as what it is, it shows that the industry at the moment is embracing this technology, they are embracing processes, and there is something going on, whether it's kind of being pushed to the forefront or not. This is kind of what we gather in regards to what's going on the ground. Next question we asked, has your company sought or secured any grant funding for deploying in their business? And as we can see that 75% said no, 25% said yes. Out of the ones that said yes, the one that was coming to the forefront was BIM Enable and BIM Implement from Enterprise Ireland. But a key thing that was coming back was we didn't even know funding was available. So people do not know that there's funding out there. And then some criteria came back was that unfortunately some criteria within this is difficult to execute because you have to spend a certain amount of time in a foreign market in order to be able to engage in it. So some of the SMEs were finding that difficult. So this is something that we'll have to look at, and if any roadmap I think to be successful, we have to have the right structure and obviously funding in place. The third question we looked at, has the company sought or secured BIM certification in recent years? And what we found is that any certification is coming from the UK based. So the main company one we'll find out there is BSI, Kite Mark, which is the real standard of BIM Level 2 accreditation. We're finding that the BRE is one of the strongest ones for certifying individuals as either Level 2 fundamentals or project information managers. Lives came up a couple of times as well, but at this moment within Ireland there's still a gap in regards to that certification process and where do we go to as an industry if we want to show we're BIM Level 2 ready in Ireland. So what particular BIM protocols or standards are currently deployed by businesses? I think the obvious answer is that nearly everyone came back with PAS 1192, BS, looking at the CFC BIM protocol, which is quite popular, finding a legal solution out there at this moment in time. And someone came back and said that they're using in-house standards as well. So this is quite leaning towards PAS 1192. Surveys we've done are leaning towards PAS 1192. So it seems to be, from what I can gather, just based on research, is the industry opinion of what's been used at this moment in time. And the final question is, what advice would you give to the National BIM Council of Ireland? Well, taking that on board, I suppose there was 45 different answers, but the key thing that came through was just do it. So what we're finding is that people are saying, go ahead, let's do it, we're ready for it. Let's not reinvent the wheel, it's all there for us. But, you know, these are only results, and there are cautionary tales with every tale. And kind of some of the cautionary messages are that if we're going to do this, the right infrastructure, the right frameworks have to be put in place, or else the SMEs, especially them, which represent 90% of our industry, will suffer. And so something has to be put in place before we really kind of move forward in that aspect. But people are calling for it, they're asking for it, and they're just saying when we go ahead with it. So I'll just pass over to Alan, who